Welcome to the Witty Bitties of Nevada podcast. We will talk about many different topics. Thank you for joining us for this podcast. You can watch us, listen to us on YouTube, as you are, Spotify. Please share, comment, thumbs up, stars, and we appreciate your time. And as you can tell, we are on location, and we're going to tell you a little bit about where we are.
Today's topic is the giant cannibals beneath the dust, the Lovelock Cave mystery, Redhead giants, the Sea to Ka, and the Lovelock Cave. So, the legend of the Sea to Ka, according to the Northern Paiute oral history, the Sea to Ka were a tribe of red-headed cannibalistic giants who terrorized local tribes in ancient times. Their name means tool eaters, referring to fibrous water plants they supposedly used to build rafts and live on Lake Humboldt. The Paiutes describe a final battle where they trapped the giants in the Lovelock Cave, set it ablaze, and ended their reign of horror.
So in 1911, guano miners uncovered mummified remains and thousands of artifacts in the Lovelock Cave. Reports include 6'6" tall mummies with red hair, sandals over 15 inches long, and unusual tools and baskets dating back to over 2,000 years. Some claims the remains were destroyed or hidden, fueling theories of a cover-up by institutions like the Smithsonian. And in case you didn't know, guano is bat poop. So a cave full of poop.
Skeptics argued that hair turns reddish after death due to environmental factors and that the skeletons were likely normal sized. Others believe the legends may reflect cultural memory of a now extinct people, possibly exaggerated over generations. The story has parallels in other indigenous myths across the Americas, including tales from Peru and the Choctaw tribe.
So they raided Paiute settlements, abducted people, and were feared across the region. According to the legend, the Paiutes eventually united with neighboring tribes to defeat the Seediqa. They trapped them inside the Lovelock Cave, piled brush at the entrance, and set it ablaze, killing those inside. Do you think the Seediqa were real people, simple figures, and something else entirely? You tell us what you think so far, and what do you think?
Uh, I I do think they were real people. I don't know if they were really giants, but I'm sure back then people were smaller and shorter. So tall people,
Oh yeah,
you know,
people our height now compared to the people back then,
yeah,
and that they would have been short. Yeah, it would have seemed like
yeah.
freaks.
5'7" would have been tall and huge compared to somebody, is no more than 5'1", 5'2".
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
true.
Sarah Winnemucca, daughter of the Paiute chief Winnemucca, wrote in her 1883 memoir that her people exterminated a small tribe of barbarians with reddish hair, and that her family preserved a mourning dress trimmed with their hair. She claimed the term "Se du Ka," meaning conquer or enemy, was given to her people after this victory. What part of the legend gives you chills or makes you question it?
The dress made of hair.
I know, could that even be?
When you said that, I went, ew.
Yeah, it's kind of gross. I wouldn't be comfortable either. Well, I'm sure they had some type of undergarments, but
I know, but they didn't have, like all this cotton polyester. So I guess maybe well, I mean, you use lamb hair, even though it's called wool. I mean, they would use cow. They would use,
yeah, I'm sure I mean, yeah,
yeah, but that part gets me.
absolutely.
Okay, in 1911, the guano miners in the Lovelock Caves uncovered mummified remains, including a 6'6" tall man with red hair and thousands of artifacts. Some bones showed signs of marrow extraction. suggesting possible cannibalism during famine. Well, I don't know how you could get that out of that.
Mm-mm.
While scientists debate the authenticity of the giant claims, pointing to hair discoloration after death and normal sized skeletons, the legend persists. If you found a giant skeleton tomorrow, what would you do first?
Document it because once you announce it, it's going to get taken away.
Well, I don't know. If we found one today or tomorrow and put it on our YouTube page, it might take a while.
That is true. It definitely might take a while.
I don't know. I think I would be looking at it on, is this really that big? I start questioning.
Well, that and so many laws have evolved around stuff like that. I mean, I'd be afraid to touch it, move it, or, you
Right.
know,
And first of all, if we found a giant skeleton that was just laying on top of the dirt, I would think somebody staged it.
yeah,
It's not like I'm digging up the dirt,
that
but
is true. That
that's
is
weird.
true.
Okay.
Now let's get into digging into the cave. In 1911, miners uncovered strange artifacts. University of California's excavation in 1912 and 1924 recovered over 10,000 items. Now here's my only thing is though, if they did this, they should have found bones and stuff, right? They're just saying they found strange artifacts. I mean, if a whole tribe of people got buried in there or burned alive in there, you'd figure
Well,
there'd be a whole bunch of bones in there as well.
well, first the guano was done in 1911. So those guys that were mining the guano, they found the bones and then the university heard about it and then they came out and then they discovered other things. So I think by that point, I'm just thinking the bones were already taken.
Yeah.
In 1911, miners David Poof and James Hart, well, those were easy names, began excavating the bat guano from the Levlag caves to sell as fertilizer. While digging through the layers of guano, they uncovered strange artifacts and human remains, including oversized bones and baskets and tools. So that goes along with our statement.
Mhm.
The mining was disruptive.
Destructive.
Destructive. Thank you. About 250 tons of guano were removed and many items were lost or damaged.
So
So,
there you go.
yeah, so maybe in the excavation of trying to take out 250 tons.
That's a lot. That's a lot. And I'm wondering if David Pug and James Hart are still alive. I mean, they would be in their 80s or 90s, but
I don't know if smelling bat guano for that long gave you some other kind of internal thing. I
that's
don't
true.
know.
That'd be cool to find out. We'll have to look into that. All right, the first excavation in 1912. The miners contacted the University of
Ah,
California, who sent archaeologists, excuse me, guys, L.L. Loud to investigate. Loud spent 5 months excavating and recovering over 10,000 artifacts, including duck decoys made of tool reeds, some dated back to 300 BC,
wow.
sandals over 15 inches long, tools, nets, baskets, and falsified feces that that were revealed in the ancient the that revealed ancient diets. Excuse me.
Oh my God. You really want to examine somebody's poop?
Yeah, that's what scientists do.
Damn. So the giant claims. Reports surfaced of mummified remains, as we know, of over 6 feet tall, with red hair, fueling the legend.
Further digs in 1924, 1936, 1949, and 1965 uncovered more artifacts, but no confirmed giant skeletons. That's a bummer.
So they found them, but they didn't confirm them. So, okay.
The Humboldt Museum and Nevada Historical Society once displayed remains, but they were since been removed out of respect of native communities. The cave dry climates preserve organic materials exceptionally well, making a treasured trove for understanding ancient life and religion. Okay, so I would love to know why they were removed out of the respect for the native communities. I mean, the natives, um, the Paiutes destroyed them. I mean, yeah, they were very much feared, and you know,
But there remains. Why would they be?
yeah.
Well,
Well, I mean, it could symbolize spiritual. I mean, it could have a lot more than our
it
knowledge
could.
goes, beyond that. But that would be interesting to know if you're a Paiute uh, descendant, if you know anything about that, or could ask your family about that and educate us a little bit more on that side of it. Why would it be offensive to have them there? Is it spiritual? Is it
They,
educate us?
they could have also taken him, but yeah, let us know. But they could have also taken him and then buried him in a sacred ceremony, the bones,
Yeah,
because why have if they think that they're have some kind of evil tendency that stayed with them with the bones, maybe they thought, hey, let's give a proper burial and bind them to those bones, and we'll bury you in the ground and you're going to stay there and not bother us anymore.
that very
Maybe
well could be.
possible.
Yeah.
So let's get into the fact and the folklore. So, what folklore says is the Paiute oral tradition tells of the red-headed cannibalistic giants who terrorized tribes and were ultimately trapped and burned alive in the Lovelock Cave. These stories were passed down for generations and documented by Sarah Winnemucca in her 1980s books. The giants were said to be 8 to 10 feet tall. See, so in some things it says 8 to 10 feet, other things says 6 feet, but they all agree with the red hair and lived on tool rafts in Lake Humboldt.
What archaeology shows? Excavation in 1912 and 1924, as we said earlier, uncovered over 10,000 artifacts, including the duck decoys, baskets, and tools. Human remains were found, but none officially measured over 6 feet tall above average, but no giant. No peer reviewed evidence confirms that the existence of giant skeletons. Some claims may stem from misidentified animal bones or exaggerated early reports. I don't know. I believe Sarah Rennemucca.
Well, she wrote during the time when all of that was going on.
I'll believe
Yeah.
her.
Okay. And it is getting a little windy out here, as you can tell by our hair. And if it's coming through the mics, we apologize. Where the lines blur. The Seneca legend may reflect real encounters with unusual tall individuals or hostile tribes later mythologized. So it could have all been mythologized.
Yeah.
Some researchers suggest the story symbolizes tribal unity against a common threat rather than literal giants.
What cultural echoes? Echoes across cultures. Peru reed raft giants. This is tells
That's a
of
tongue
it
twister.
is of giants who arrived by sea on rafts made of real reeds, just like the Shitaka. These giants were said to be so tall that from the knee down they were as long as an average man. Okay. Choctaw and Manta legends. Other Native American tribes, like a Choctaw, also speak of the red-haired giants who were, excuse me, also speak of the red-head beings were so powerful and feared. These stories were often described conflict, cannibalism, and eventually defeat, mourning or mirroring the Paiute tale.
So there was other redheaded
Yeah, so
creatures around the world.
the biblical Nephilim connection, excuse me. Historian, yeah, some alternative historians link the Shitaka to Nephilim, the offspring of sons of gods and daughters of men in Genesis. And I know I'm saying that word wrong. These being these
Nephilim.
beings were said to be giants with great strength, cast out or destroyed.
Okay, so here's the conspiracy theories. There's a lot of them, so here is only a couple of them. The conspiracy theories surrounding the giants are fascinating, but there are a lot of them. There's the archaeological, the folklore, the fringe of speculation. And here's some of the breakdown. And some people may have heard a lot more. We just grabbed a little couple. So the Smithsonian cover-up. That theory is a pretty big one. One of the most persistent claims is that the Smithsonian Institute allegedly destroyed or hid giant skeletons found in North America to protect mainstream historical narratives. Reports from the 1800s and the early 1900s describe skeletons ranging from 7 to 20 feet tall. See, start with 6, then you go to another. Now it's up to 20. These are all skeptics argue these were misidentified and they were animal bones or a hoax. See, in the 1800s, how could it be a hoax?
Exactly.
No. A viral internet story in 2014 claimed the Smithsonian destroyed thousands of giant skeletons, and this was debunked, they say debunked, by Reuters and the Associated Press.
Hmm. I don't think they destroyed them. I think they hit them.
Well, that is one thing what they say, yeah.
The Kandahar giant incident. This theory claims that in 2002, U.S. Special Forces killed a
U.S. government.
13-foot redhead giant in Afghanistan known as the Kandahar giant.
Kandahar.
Allegedly had 6 fingers, 2 sets of teeth, and welded massive spear. And wielded, excuse me, a massive spear. The body was said to be airlifted and hidden by the military. The Department of Defense denies any record of such event, but Believers says it's a government cover-up.
Yeah, like the government doesn't cover up stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, big time. Okay.
I don't know if I believe in a giant with 2 sets of teeth and 6 fingers either, but I guess it could be genetically made, and I mean,
this is on the other side of the country.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's possible. I mean, that kind of sounds more like it might be an animal, but hey, I don't know. There is genetic things where there are some people now
Well,
that
that's
have
true.
more than one tooth, and I have no idea what I was doing with my hand. Okay, biblical and mythological connections. Many conspiracy theorists think giants to the Nephilim, described in the book of Genesis as offspring of the Son of God and the human woman. Okay, I don't understand how that's a link to it, but that's okay. These beings were said to be powerful and enormous. Enormous or enormous?
I'm thinking enormous.
Yeah. Some documentaries and fringe historians suggest these bloodlines persist in secret societies today.
No, they don't.
Ooh.
Folklore versus fact questions. All right. So, do you think these red-headed giants were real?
Yes,
Yes,
I do.
Okay.
Do you?
I do. I do. I believe in Sarah Winnemucca.
Okay, tell us what you think.
All right. Another question for you. Why do you think some artifacts vanished or were never documented?
I think because they wanted to keep it secret.
Absolutely. Or, like you said, a lot of stuff could have got definitely damaged when they took out the bat guano poop.
Well, think about it. I mean, the miners sometimes would find gold and they wouldn't say anything to anybody because they were afraid somebody was going to either jack their gold or go up there and take their claim away from them. So I could say, I would think that they would find something that was so special or whatever, they wanted to keep it quiet until they published.
Yeah.
I would think that. Is it possible that early archaeologicals dismissed the indigenous stories too quickly?
Yes.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
I think they, you know, everybody comes into things with your own opinion. And sometimes we don't know stories and you make up stories and whatever. Like, we can make up a story about this land and how it was carved, but that's okay. All right. Well, thank you for listening. And maybe you will see the Lovelock Cave. Share your thoughts and comments. Join us next time. And remember, if you're going to be witty, you got
gotta
to
be
be.
bitty.
No, we reverse that. If you're going to be a biddy, you got to be witty. Thank you and have a good day.